Software SOS, today's video is all about signing order in e-signature software. Now, in all the major e-signature platforms like DocuSign, ZipForms, AuthentiSign, Not.Loop, ComeOn.Loop, all of those, you'll find the option to create a signing order for your documents. What is a signing order? You may be wondering if you've never utilized this before. Typically, when you send a document out for signature, let's say to 3 individuals to sign, they're all going to get it at the same time. However, there's some instances where it may be helpful or required to have an individual sign first and then someone else sign second or third, etc. Signing order allows us to set up our signings this way. A couple options I've seen or examples of where this is helpful is perhaps we have a primary seller 1 who's going to fill out the bulk of the disclosure, and then the second seller is just going to review and sign. In this case, it may be helpful to set up our primary seller as signer number 1, and then our secondary seller is signer number 2. This way, there's no confusion in who's checking the checkboxes or anything like that. Another example of this on the TC side is perhaps I have a document that my agent and then maybe our buyer needs to sign. I could have my agent sign as signer 1, then that way they can review it and approve it a final time, and if all looks good, they can sign off on it. And then second, it will only ping buyer as signer 2 once the agent has completed their portion. I find this super helpful, all different kinds of ways in the TC world, and so it's something I wanted to share with you today if you haven't utilized it. How to utilize it? Pretty simple. When you are creating the signing and adding the participants or the signers, there should be options to set a signing order. Check that box, and then you can place the participants in any order you want. So in the example I just used, I'd probably put the agent as signer 1, and then I'd put the buyer or buyers as signers 2. Now, I could do agent and then as number 1, buyer as number 2, buyer 2 as number 3, or if I want to go to the buyers at the same time, I could have the agent as signer participant 1, and then I could have both buyers as number 2. So there's a ton of flexibility in how to set these up, but it's super, super helpful whether you're an agent or a TC. Any questions? Drop us a comment.